Hi, everyone. We're going to be starting a Study Abroad 101 session, everything that you need to know before your application process starts. Everything revolving study abroad, our global education programs, you've come to the right place. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking a little bit about myself here, so you guys won't be hearing 30 minutes from a complete stranger. Hi everyone, my name is Luisa. I am a student recruiter here at the Global Education Office. I am majoring in psychology and global studies. This is my last year. I'm a senior now, which is very exciting. I participated in the global virtual internship. I was a marketing intern in an English school in Barcelona. As you guys can see here, the fun talk, this is the entrance of the English school. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I've never been able to go to Barcelona, but I hope that someday I can go in there and actually meet in person all of my coworkers and all the people that I got really in close contact with during the entire semester. I thought that I would share a little bit of fun facts with you guys. So I'm actually an international student studying abroad from Brazil. If I say something and you guys don't understand, it's completely fine. I will not be offended. You can just send us a message or anything. And one of my favorite holidays back home in Brazil, it's celebrated in February 2nd. It is Iemanjás Day, which is the biggest Afro-Brazilian celebration in Brazil. It is traditionally celebrated in February 2nd in Rio Vermelho. As you guys can see here, this picture with the little boats. This is kind of like, it looks the main part of the festival. The feast unites Catholics, tourists, and members of Candomblé and Umbanda, which are the two Afro-Brazilian religions that we have. It's one of my favorite holidays. It's a lot of good food, a lot of good parties. So I thought I would share a little bit. And this picture right here, this is like 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from my house in São Paulo. And it's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to. I'm really lucky to be born in close proximity to such a beautiful place. So I thought I would share a little bit about my home country with you guys. All right. So I'm going to be giving here just a little bit of an overview of what we're going to be talking about today. So why participate in a global education program? The different types of global education program. People have like this very preconceived idea of what a study abroad should be, and we have other options for any student to participate in one of our programs. So I'm going to be getting into a little bit more in depth there. Eligibility and earning credit, housing, the different types of housing that's offered to students, funding and scholarships, and a few next steps. So why participate in a global education program? You're going to be broaden your perspective of countries and cultures, grow your independence and become an active learner, and be more competitive on today's global job market. So broaden your perspective. As an international student here, I had the opportunity to meet people from so many different places of the world. And I feel like you only actually get to know how big the world is once you actually got in contact with. So I met people from China all the way to Peru, different areas of Brazil, Kenya and Africa, so many different places. And having in contact with these people actually broadened my perspective so much, for lack of better words. It made me become a better person, understand different points of view, see that not everybody grows up the same way. Quite the contrary, every culture has its own good things and bad things. And, you know, being in contact with so many different things make you grow so much. Grow your independence and become an active learner. So having this feeling, this sense of independence, once you're in a foreign country by yourself, there are a lot of people speaking a foreign language and you're doing a lot of stuff that it's like everyday life and you're doing it for yourself and by yourself. It's a feeling that I cannot describe it to you. You actually have to be there to experience it. And I really highly recommend it. And be more competitive on today's global job market. A very, very small percentage of students in the US from universities have the opportunity to study abroad. So this is something that's definitely going to set you apart, something that's going to make you more desirable for whatever goals that you're trying to do in your professional life. So whatever it is, the area of your life, professional, education, or personal, everything is going to be benefited by you going in a global education program. This is a little video that we usually like to tell students. So it shows past students who participated in global education programs and what their experiences was. So I hope you guys like it.
My name is Brittany Ferguson. I'm a criminal justice major and I studied abroad in Florence, Italy.
I was studying in Santiago, Chile.
In Sharjah. I went on a study abroad trip to the Netherlands studying mobility solutions there.
I learned as much in those 15 months as I did in the 18 or 19 years of my life before that. And I have just as many memories because when you're abroad, literally every day is an adventure.
My experience was by far the best collegiate experience that I've had throughout my 4 years here at ASU. While I was studying abroad, I actually got the opportunity to work at Comic-Con in Dubai, and it gave me the opportunity to learn about myself in a different context than I ever had before.
The whole time it was very inviting. Everyone was very nice. I almost felt at home. I think a lot of people just think it's study abroad, it's expensive, I'm not even going to go check it out. But I think that is, a problem. That's something I don't want people to do because you miss out on great opportunities.
There's so many scholarships available for your major, for the country you're going to.
I applied for the Gilman Scholarship and I ended up winning that, a good portion of what I needed for my program, which was very exciting.
I didn't think I'd be able to go abroad because of the injury I have. I have a spinal cord injury and I use a wheelchair. The study abroad office helped me out so much with that. Studying abroad really just solidified my motivation to want to be an agent of change.
So I think the big thing is to just do it. It's a mindset more than anything, I think. But you learn from a lot of different people and you learn a lot about the world itself in a way that just being at ASU or just anywhere in particular won't teach you.
It's a little bit of a cheesy video, but I think it sums up very well what other students wanted to share about their past experiences. Okay, so what are the different global education experiences that you might encounter depending on the program you'll be applying for? So you can do research, internships, service learning, which is kind of like volunteering, online global learning, and study abroad. So our office have over 300 different programs in 65 plus countries, ranging from 1 week up into an entire year. So like I said before, if you have a little bit less time to give into study abroad programs, you can definitely choose something that's going to fit best with your schedule. I would highly recommend you guys to take a pause here in the video and take a picture, a screenshot, whatever it is, of the application deadlines. They usually don't change over the years. If they do, we're probably going to be announcing that, but they haven't for the past years, so you guys are good to go. And just to make sure that you have the application deadlines, they're very important and very useful information. Okay, so what are the different study abroad program types? We have a misconception idea of what exactly is study abroad, which is what we usually think of exchange programs, but we also have other options for students as well. And I'm going to be talking about a little bit of them for you. So the first type of program that we have will be the faculty directed. They are held over the summer and they are 2 to 8 weeks long. So students will be accompanied with ASU faculty and ASU students, receiving predetermined ASU course credit, and this is a highly structured program. What do we mean by a highly structured program? As you can see here under the program fee, it covers tuition, housing, and various other program costs. So the faculty that will be accompanying you guys, they thought of most details and everything that's going to happen during the trip. So excursions, housing, everything is already thought out to you. So this is a really cool opportunity for people who have a little bit of a harder time to getting closer with faculty. Sometimes you have lecture halls and stuff like that, and it really is hard to having this close proximity with someone who might help you with like letter of recommendations, networking in general, or anything like that. So these are really cool opportunities to get in closer contact with faculty that will be teaching you firsthand in another country and sharing an experience with you that will be in their memories for the rest of their lives. Also, usually for faculty directed, the goal of the trip is very, it's already set before you go. So usually the ASU students that will be going with you have the same interests. So this is always also a great opportunity to make some new friends, get in contact with faculty, and just go on an unforgettable trip that you will remember for the rest of your life. The second type of program that we have will be the global intensive experiences. These, whenever you encounter while looking for programs, a GIE in front of it, this is exactly what we means. They're going to be 7 to 12 days over session breaks. So for global intensive experiences, you'll be accompanied with ASU faculty and ASU students as well. It may be connected to an ASU semester course, which combines in-class learning with real-world experience. I always like to give this example of this astronomy program that we have. So basically for the section A of the semester, you learn about astronomy, the stars, the planets, everything that revolves around it. And then for section B, students go backpacking in Camelback here in Arizona and actually apply in the real world what they learned in class. So if you have something that you're more interested about and you would like to have a hands-on experience in the real world of the theories that you've been learning in class, this is also a really great way of doing it, and with all the perks that you have from the faculty directed as well. So getting closer contact with faculty that have the same interests as you, ASU students, maybe some friends that you have for the rest of your life. So this is something that if people have a little bit of a shorter time to give for study abroad, this is a really cool opportunity as well. The program fee is going to be covering housing and various other program costs, but it does not cover tuition. The third type of program that we have will be the partnership programs. These are going to be the long term, so they're going to be running during semester, summer, AB sessions, and year long. So you'll be having on-site staff available to support students at all times, taking classes with local, international, and or American students, and classes often taught in English. So the premises of the program, it's also in the name. So basically, our office acts as a bridge between ASU students and third-party companies that we call partners. And basically, it's not as structured as the first two programs that I'm going to talk about, that I just talked about. So you have a little bit more of independence depending in a few parts of the program, but the partnership program has a lot of stuff that's already included because you're going with a different agency and stuff like that. The ASU Global Education Office will still be involved in every step of the way with our students. But the partnership programs is run by the partner. So that's a little bit of a difference that we have over there. And for the program fee, usually covers tuition, housing, health insurance, and some excursions. So it's not as structured as the first two that I talked about, but it's also not the most independent that we have. So finally, we have the exchange programs. These are the traditional study abroads that we talk about. They're also going to be long-term during summer, semester, and year-long. And these are the most independent and immersive type of programs that we have. So you'll be taking classes with local faculty and students at a local university, classes often taught in local language, and you're going to be arranging your own housing, obtain your own visa, and plan your own excursions. So you'll be going to a foreign university, whatever country you choose to go, and just stay there for an entire semester or year, just like you're a student that's part of that university. You'll be paying your ASU tuition and fees as usual, and we mean the most independent and immersive because this is something that you'll be doing everything by yourself. Again, our office will be with you every step of the way, but this is something that you will have more independence, really is the best word to say it, to make your own choices about what type of program you want to be taking it. What are the eligibility requirements that you need to participate in one of our global education programs? So our students must have a cumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher. Please check the program brochure to see what GPA you will need to apply for a certain program. You must be a degree-seeking student in good standing with the ASU Code of Conduct, and some other requirements, they may vary by program. So prerequisite courses, just like the astronomy course example that I told you guys about. Foreign language proficiency. This is always something that I really like to pay attention to in this presentation. So foreign language proficiency is not necessarily for every single program. A lot of people have this misconception about studying abroad. You do not need to know a second language to go in one of our programs. But some of them, they do require or they are recommended. So again, check the program brochure to make sure that the program you're applying for is something that is suitable for you. And some other requirements might be like specific students only. So major specific, junior standing, and some other stuff. The credits you take abroad count towards the ASU GPA. So you can still stay on track for graduation and maintain an honors and scholarship status, just like you would be if you stay here. I have a coworker that she used to work here. She says that if you fail abroad, you fail here, which is completely true. So just to keep that in mind, it's always good to remind students, there's like an equivalency of credits. Once you guys get more into the application process and choose your program, you'll be more familiar with this. But this is something that we always like to highlight, that whatever grades you get while you're doing your program, they're going to be affected in your GPA. So just keep that in mind. So how to pick a program? You can definitely choose one of the programs that we have in our major guides. Unfortunately, we don't have every single major in there yet, but we are working on it. So basically the major guides, our office got in contact with several departments here at ASU, and we came up with several different lists of recommendations of programs for each major. Not necessarily you have to do it, you have to do one of the programs that it's in there. Like I said, it's only a recommendation, but it's always good to know which type of programs would be better for you, for the major, the credits you need to take. It always helps a lot going through your major guide. But not necessarily you have to do something for your major. You can always do a program for anything that you can take credit for. So you can earn credit for your minor, certificate, gen eds, or electives. So that's always good to know. You have other options as well. You can definitely choose to pursue a new passion, interest, or experience. So I think there's no better opportunity to pursue something new. I never thought that I would be getting a little bit into marketing, working with marketing, but that internship got me this job, for example, and you never know which type of opportunities you might encounter if you don't go after them. So I highly recommend, if there was something that you've always been interested in, really wanted to learn about, this is the best opportunity to do it in a foreign country all by yourself. I feel like there's no better way for you to find out. And also program length, allocation, where do you want to go? How long do you want to stay? These are definitely stuff that you have to ask yourself when you're trying to pick one of our global education programs. Housing abroad. So the options may include homestays, off-campus apartments, on-campus residence halls, hotels, and hostels. Please check the program brochure to see which type of housing is offered to you in the program that you chose. It might be more than one option, it might be only one, so please check the program brochure. And we always like to remind students as well to set realistic expectations. So not necessarily because you're going to Paris, for example, they're going to be having this amazing apartment with an Eiffel Tower view, with a bunch of cafes and stuff like that. Just like here in the US, not every housing is going to be great. And unfortunately, that rule does apply to the rest of the world. So please set realistic expectations and check the program brochure for more information about the housing that it's offered to you. Funding a program. So a lot of students think that they can't participate on a program because it's too expensive, and that's a myth. I don't know if you guys knew that, but ASU students receive over $1.4 million in scholarships and grants every year. Most ASU scholarships and financial aid that we already receive as students, they do apply to most programs, and some semester programs, they cost the same or even less than a semester at ASU. I have a friend that she went to Costa Rica for her study abroad, and it was cheaper than a semester here at ASU. So you might be saving money by going abroad. You never know. So this table right here, we have under every program brochure, so don't worry about it. You'll still see it even after this presentation. But these are the most popular scholarships that we have here and the different types of programs that you can apply for. So I can give you guys my example. I have the New American University Scholarship, and I participated in a partnership program during the semester. So as you guys can see right here, it checks off, and I didn't pay anything for my study abroad program, which was amazing. So please make sure to check which type of scholarship you already have to see if it covers for the program that you're interested in. So follow us on social media for inspiration. If you guys believe in manifestation or anything like that, this is also a really cool way of doing it. We always try to post it from different types of programs, the different resources that we have. So it's good to know that you guys are up to date with everything that we have to offer to make your study abroad program more easier. And I always like to give a special shout out for our WordPress. So in the WordPress, there are a lot of different perspectives of students who study abroad. So I saw one that was like how to be vegan abroad, for example. I think that must be a crazy experience. So it was really cool to see the different types of perspectives of students and what they went through during their study abroad programs. All right, so what are the next steps? If you do need more help, you can get one-on-one program advice in a peer advising appointment. You can meet with your academic advisor as well. So I would highly recommend scheduling an appointment with them, let them know you're interested. If you already have a few programs in mind, show it to them, see if it's possible for you with the credits that you need to take. Start researching programs on our website. That's going to be goglobal.asu.edu. I'm going to be doing a very quick website walkthrough with you guys after this. And attend a financing or global education program workshop. There we're going to be talking about the different resources, the different places where you can find unique funding opportunities for your programs. Start applying for scholarships. And if you do develop any questions or anything like that, please send us an email. That's going to be goglobal@asu.edu, or you can give us a call. It's right here on the screen. Our office is going to be open Monday through Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you guys do have any questions that need to be answered rather quickly, you can also give us a call. And now let's do a very quick website walkthrough. Let me do it here. So here's a website. It's going to be goglobal.asu.edu, as I said before, and this is how it's going to look like our homepage. So I always like to give a run through of the three main buttons right here. So the first one is going to be search and apply for a program. So that is what we call our advanced program search. So here you can use one filter, you can use all of them. It doesn't really matter. It has many filters as you want. And it's going to narrow down a list of programs for you, matching the interests that you put in. So sometimes the programs from your major guide not necessarily caught your attention. Here you can play around with the filters, see what type of programs pop up for you, and go through every single one of them and just see if any of them actually caught your attention this time. So as I said, you can use as many filters as you want here. If I go back, the second main button is going to be the study abroad by major. I'm going to click on that. So like I said before, unfortunately, we don't have every single major guide here, but we're still working on it. I'm going to choose something at random. So innovation and society. I'm going to scroll down here. And as you can see, these are the recommended programs. So a little bit of a few tips that I can give you guys to already start narrowing down programs. So if, for example, you want to participate in a longer term program. So right here, you would only have one option. So as you guys already know this, because I already went through the different types of programs, global intensive experiences, they are 7 to 12 days long. So if you see a global intensive experience, you can already rule it out. You don't have to even go through the program brochure. A partnership program, it's a longer term. So you can definitely take a look at that. I'm going to use this just an example to show you guys a program brochure. But those little things about the different types of programs, you can go back in this presentation if you have any questions. It's going to help you narrow down a list of programs faster because it can be a little bit overwhelming in the beginning, but once you go through the different programs that actually makes more sense to you, you will see that it becomes quite easy. So I'm going to click on this one, European Innovation Academy. Okay. So under the first tab, the program overview, you have a lot of information here. So the program brochure in itself, it's pretty intuitive, but I can walk you guys through very quickly where you can find different types of information. So whatever information that you don't see that it's stated here on the program brochure that is not listed here, I'm going to ask you guys to reach out to the international coordinator responsible for the program. So for this one, for example, that would be Anna. You can definitely click here and you will find her contact information, her email, phone number, and where to schedule an appointment. And once you talk to them, you will see that stuff that is not listed here, all of this information is all through them. So usually this helps a lot. If I keep scrolling down, you will find a lot of different videos and stuff like that you can get more used to with the program and the dates and deadlines. So here, for example, for summer 2022, the application deadline was March 21st. So you can definitely take a look at here and see which type of dates and deadlines you have to worry about for the program you're interested in. If I go back, here on the program snapshot, again, you can find the international coordinator responsible for the program, the GPA requirement, if there is a language prerequisite, and the minimum class standing. So here you can find the eligibility, everything that you need to know if you are able to apply for this program or not. The next step that we have would be COVID-19 considerations. Once you choose a program, I highly recommend taking a look at this, especially going to a foreign country. We always just want to make sure that our students stay safe. The third tab that we have is location and housing. So which type of housing is offered to you? This is where you guys are going to find out. So for the program location, you'll be going to Porto here, which is in Portugal. And the program housing is, for this one, for example, is a student residence hall. So if you're up for it, if you don't mind staying at a student residence hall, this is the program housing that's offered to you. And also you can find a lot of visa information. The next tab that we have would be course info. So this is a really cool place to show to your academic advisors. So for this one, they don't have it, but usually they have like a pre-approved course list, a course catalog or something like that for longer term programs. So definitely show your academic advisor this tab right here, the course info, to make sure that you are able to participate in this program and still stay on track for your graduation, maintain whatever it is that you need to, honors, scholarship status, anything like that. The next one that we have would be the program costs. So each program brochure is going to have its own way of showing it. For this one, we have this table right here. So these are the application fees, everything that you need to pay through our office, and then stuff that it's non-billable. So how much you have for airfare, housing, meals, and then the total that we estimate. So this is an estimation from previous programs and currency today. Not necessarily it's going to be this exact value right here. It can be a little bit less, it can be a little bit more. It really depends on the program when it's running. And I will also highly recommend if you guys, when you start looking for programs, to take a look at this information right here under program costs. A lot of students ask a lot of questions, obviously, about the program costs, how is it going to be charged and everything. And a lot of your questions, they can be answered through here. So I feel like you don't have to wait around for us to answer. There are a lot of students who have so many questions. So if you guys just read it through here, you will find a lot of stuff that might be a little confusing, might not be very clear for you. I'm going to go back and I'm going to find the next step, which is financing. So here you have a few steps to financing your study abroad program. Definitely highly recommend following these steps. Usually students that do and go really seriously after these scholarships and funding, they have a lot of resources to help them. And right here, we also always have unique funding opportunities for this program. So for example, here we have the Gilman Scholarship that you can apply for and use for this specific program. The table that I showed you guys before in the presentation, it's right here, so you don't have to worry about it. For every program brochure and the program costs, you will find this table and you can see if you have any of the scholarships and if it goes in the program that you're interested in. And then last but not least, we have special considerations. I don't know if anyone here identifies with anything that's in here, but if you do, we just want to make sure that every single student knows that we include them and that they're going to be feeling safe during their study abroad program. Very well. I'm going to go back to our homepage and show you guys the last main button that's going to be contact us or make an appointment. I'm going to click on that. So if you have, like I said before, if you have any questions for international students and you remember the international coordinator but forgot the program name, this happens a lot too, you can find their contact information right here. It's going to send you to the bottom of the page. Or if there is a specific location, so like continent or like specific country that you're more interested in, you can definitely set up an appointment with one of our international coordinators and see if they have any recommendations or programs or whatever it is for you. If you keep scrolling down, we also have for faculty directed and global intensive experience types of programs. So if you couldn't find the program anymore and you need only talk to the international coordinator, here's all of their contact information. I'm going to scroll back up. Here is where you guys will be scheduling a peer advising appointment. So for peer advising, you'll be sitting down for 30 minutes with one of our student workers, and you can schedule a virtual appointment with us, and any tips and tricks and anything like that that we've been through while applying for our programs, we can definitely try to help you guys out. More general information and stuff like that, this is where you'll be scheduling a peer advising appointment. Here you have also the live chat, Study Abroad 101, and Go Global email. So if you do have any questions, this is where you're going to find us. And then last but not least, almost over, under ASU students here, you have a lot of resources as well. So if you need more time looking into types of programs, this is where you find it. But for me, the most useful link that we have here would be Explore Funding. If you click on this, you will find a lot of resources and different things that you can go through to find funding for your global education program. So this is always really nice to have. Well, for me, this is it. I know that I have a lot of information here. If you guys develop any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys took anything from this session, and I hope you guys the best of luck in the next steps for your application process, and have a really great trip. Bye, guys.